Hey guys, welcome back to The Broodlord Devours the Universe. The Broodlord, it hungers! It will devour all. Yes, it will. Because Broodlords are known to be the most hungriest thing in all of the universe. Which is why only one Broodlord is allowed. Unless people make remembrance Broodlord ships, in which case, I can't stop you. And I wouldn't either. So, we still have an amazing crew. We've got a Zoltan on weapons. I neglected to put him on helm, which is a shame because that's where a Zoltan belongs. They are a slave race, of course. The only non-slave race on the ship, aside from, of course, the Mantis, is the Rockman. For two reasons. One, you do not tell a Rockman what to do. And the other reason is because Rockmen are pretty cool. They're good people. Well, rocks. And everything else is somewhat edible. Yes, everything else. Like, Engi are edible to an extent. You gotta know what part of them to eat. Zoltan, definitely edible. They're like eating electric eels, really. Humans, well, we already know humans are edible. Maybe we're not from first-hand experience. If you know humans are edible from first-hand experience, I don't really want to know. Because that's creepy. I'm going to get a comment saying, human tastes like whatever. No, I'm definitely going to get it. But yeah. So, really, this is two things. It is a warship, and also it is an emergency food supply for the three Mantis on board. The Rockman, he doesn't need to eat anything. We'll just go park by an asteroid field, and he'll just eat some rocks. Yeah, makes sense. I suppose. So, I'm doing the recording after... Man, I've been talking all night tonight. It's been crazy. So... repairing the ship half strength again. So today I recorded more Terraria. Yeah, I know Terraria. Everyone does Terraria. But me and the guy that I was doing it before, Toastless in the video, or Speechless, I don't know what he's called in the video. We did some video of that just because sometimes our conversations get really bizarre and weird, and so I can cut that and make it something amusing, hopefully. Also, I decided to play Magicka with a friend of mine. It was an interesting experience playing Magicka with her, but it was amusing. Unfortunately, the audio, I've kind of stuffed it up a little bit, so maybe a little bit hard to hear the dialogue, but again, it's more keeping it for the dialogues rather than the game content, but they're both games I enjoy, and so maybe it'll inspire someone else to play the game. And also, after that, then I went and played Borderlands for a couple of hours, and then I realized I hadn't done the audio for this. So I've been talking for about 4 hours straight now. So, apologies if my voice sounds a little bit rough. Oh, this is my life. But I don't mind. I'm actually really happy to do the recording. I look forward to it every night. I always intend to do it earlier, and I say, well, yes, this time I'll do it. But it's like arriving at work. I'm always a little bit late. That's not something you should ever admit to. Okay, now, you have to be in the teleporter room to actually go on the teleporter ride. The Rockman hadn't actually stood on his pad yet. I like to think the man's like, go, we must serve the Queen. That was a different voice. And the Rockman's like, hey guys, wait for me, And then the man's like, ah! And then they just disappear. Because that's the noise that Mantis make when they disappear. Oh my god, imagine that, you're just like minding your own ship, you're at helm going, do-do-do-do-do-do. Because that's the song that all helmsmen sing, do-do-do-do-do-do. And all of a sudden, this Mantis just beams in and goes, ah! That wasn't the voice. Ah! You're like, oh, fuck, Mantis. Language, sorry. I try to mind my language on this, but I fail sometimes. But yeah, Mantis. Terrifying. Think about it, though. These things are like human-sized bugs. I'm terrified of bug-sized bugs. Mantis. So, what else? really this is where I talk about the state of the channel, just because this is what gets the most watches. I think it's how a lot of people found my channel, which, hey, welcome by the way if you just joined. But as I said before, and I've been meaning to do this for a while, but this is intended to be my last video of FTL for a while. I know, you all love FTL and that's cool, but I got some new ideas. Dungeons & Dragons, as I've said, I'm playing a million times before already, but I gotta do that. But maybe what I'll do is I'll spend, you know, a week or so and I'll just draft up, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 games. And just get people's reactions of what they want to see. I had a request for Crusader Kings today. I don't know if that'll work so well. That will not be a daily series like this. Crusader Kings will likely be cut of things that are interesting, because Crusader Kings is a very slow game. But, you know, maybe I could do something with that. It could be fun. Maybe there's something else I could do a video for. I don't know. Oh, the Great Eye. Let's look into it. And we have just had someone transcend. It was a human though, so we didn't miss anything. It's just a human. At this point I actually really thought about making the joke of putting the Zoltan in Helm, just to troll. I don't troll often. Trolling is a bad term. Trolling, there's a difference between trolling and making a joke. But that is deliberately something. It's making a joke. It'd be funny to do that, but obviously I wouldn't do that again. I've learned my lesson, and you've all instructed me, or told me it was a bad idea, which I always appreciate that. I always appreciate the comments of people saying how I'm doing things wrong. Well, okay, I'll rephrase that. If people are polite and they're like, hey, you know, you could do things a little bit differently, have you thought about this? I always appreciate those comments, because the thing I love about games, everyone thinks about games in a different way. That's why they're interesting. Because what might be an obvious strategy to you is not an obvious strategy to everyone. And likewise, you know, the other way around. And so, it's sort of a community of people who sort of help each other. It's what I believe GameFAQs was created around. The idea of, hey, I know a thing, maybe others want to know the same thing. And for all the toxic energy, I guess you could say, that the gaming community has, there's still this camaraderie of people trying to help each other. And I like that. And then I play League of Legends and I just hate the world again because people are rude. But you get that. But I don't know, maybe I'm just romantic about the whole gaming culture thing. Gotta be a romantic about something, right? What I'm not a romantic about is missing every shot. Urgh. Okay, I won't miss these shots. Hooray! Victory! Man, that took way too long. Auto scouts must have a lot of engines on them, because they evade a lot of shots. If you really wanted to know how much system power everything's using, you could actually get Census level 3. Wouldn't work in that case because I was in Nebula, but yay! Stiff dough cakes! Also scrap! Also, they were watching our dreams. Ooh. Awkward. We wish to fight against the Rockmen, for they are worthy foes. And then we fight against the Rockmen, because they are worthy foes. Ooh. Yeah, that talking all day is not helping me do the Mantis voice. I will not do that again today. I like killing people in mid bays with shots. It's like they feel so safe and all of a sudden just depressurized hull. And a Zoltan just randomly implodes. I have some degree of Zoltans for randomly imploding now. You know, as a Mantis. As a human, I don't generally approve of people imploding. Alright, we've got 296 scrap. What am I saving it for? A cloaking device, obviously. Get a couple of repairs, get some fuel. Get some drones for some reason, I'm not sure why we want drones. And now we've got a cloaking device. Now, I get a cloaking device in every game when I get to about this point, because the cloaking device is so good. I wouldn't say it wins games, but it wins games. Okay, we buy a ton of fuel. So, if you ever got a lot of scrap and you're wondering, what should I buy? Definitely, cloaking device. It's good, saves lives. Okay, so we go to the Mantis homeworlds. Red sectors. Truly the more interesting ones. I was thinking about doing up like a little sort of chart and oh, wow, that's a lot of blues. Yeah, so what I was thinking about doing is getting like each of the ships, or the ships that I know of at least, and trying to work out which one actually gives you the better value in start, because everything has like a price and scrap. So you can sort of work out what has a better price. Okay, giant mantis, giant spiders. Do praying mantis eat spiders? I don't know. I've never really thought about it. I typically don't think about what eats what. Because knowing how my mind works, eventually it'll be everything eats me. And I don't want to be eaten. Okay, so the Mantis teleport on board. And we're just going to get 3 Mantis using a shift click. I don't know if I'd ever tried to use standard sort of real-time strategy conventions of like shift clicking or control clicking, but it works. So now I go cloaking device here because while we're cloaked, they can't get their guys out. So that makes the rest of the fight a lot easier. I mean, they don't have a mid base, so you know it's going to make the fight easy as it is. But boarding ships are really interesting. I still really like them. I think if anything are a little strong actually. I mean, so long as you got the crew for them. Yeah, everyone has to run into the room which has no oxygen just because we're only making one trip. Although I could have done it because the room doesn't have to power up during or out of combat. Now I start running into a bit of a problem with this ship, and I'm not sure if it was just my state of mind at the time or if it's actually a problem with the ship. I think it's just my state of mind. But I start really having problems managing my energy correctly. And you'll notice this, like I don't know what I'm doing with my energy. Why do I have 2 on oxygen? I don't need 2 on oxygen. You only really need 1 on oxygen. Like 2 energy bars actually on it. Why do I have 2 on health? There's no one needing health right now. Okay, now there is, technically, but... Okay, so they fire the missiles, we go stealth. And then we finish off those Mantis. Great. Because, as every Mantis knows, the worst thing than humans is a Mantis who follows another queen. Wait, if my ship is like the Broodlord or my queen, isn't every Mantis ship like some sort of Broodlord itself? Like, obviously not as good a Broodlord. Well, yeah, not as good a Broodlord, but they're all Broodlords, really. If I want to think about it like that. So my ship's kinda stuffed at the moment. The thing I like about the way this is done, they go to protect the shields, and as they protect the shields they get hurt, and as they try to retreat, they run through like a lot of fire. So really at this point what you should do is just have like the guys go and destroy the mid bay, but I mean I shot it down so it doesn't really matter. Another fine fight for the Mantis warriors. May you rise your mandibles high in the air and go cree! Because the Mantis warriors. What noise would a Mantis warrior make as a victory? Other than cree. One thing I do like about this game that it didn't used to have, you may have noticed this from older videos, but it didn't used to make a sound when someone was low health, so they'd just die. I didn't like that so much. So everyone is healed up. The ship is only at 50% health though, that's a bit risky. And all doors are closed, great. And we're going to jump to the next sector. Real quick Borderlands 2 review, because I don't know if I did one. Great game, great writing, probably not great without friends. That is the game. I'd imagine, like Borderlands 1, if you're playing without friends, you're probably not going to have as fun time. If you're playing with friends and people are jumping around and dying and helping each other out and then dying again, it's a blast. I won't be doing a Let's Play on that just because it's too new. My main policy for Let's Plays are... Well, I don't know if you want to call them Let's Plays or... Oh! It's the Mantis pirate. For those who haven't actually got the Mantis ship, spoilers are going to tell you how to get the Mantis pirate ship. The Mantis ship. Cool. So, first thing you need to do is have a Mantis on your ship. Then go to the Mantis homeworlds. Once you're there, look for this guy. His name is... I don't know how to pronounce his name. It's got a lot of K's and H's and Z's in it. But you look for this guy. Also, you must have upgraded transporters, and you must have upgraded mid bays. I think you have to win the fight, and like you have to win by killing all the crew. I could be wrong on that though, but hey, look, if you don't have enough crew to take it out, try it without it. But if you do, and then once you've killed that, you check for survivors with the advanced teleporter. Then, with the advanced mid bay, you save his life, and he gives you the Mantis ship. God, his name's hard. But that is how you get the Mantis ship. So, hopefully someone out there is happy about that. It's a good ship actually. I like the Mantis ship. I think I like the variant B more. Just because I love having those 4 transporter pads. But the ship B isn't actually all that hard to get. At least I don't think so. You've got to like sort of game the system a little bit. Because I think one of them is like you've got to kill one of their ship or one of their crew. You got to kill the last of their crew when you only have one crew. So you basically kill off your entire crew and just leave him. You kill off all your crew by standing them out the airlock, and then you weaken their crew and you send in the one guy who's left to kill off their crew. It's a bizarre way to do it, but it works. Yeah, that fight, I mean, yeah, I could win it, but there's a good chance I'm going to take a lot of damage before winning that. And, oh no, it's disease. But thankfully I have an advanced mid-bay, so it's okay. So if I didn't have the advanced mid-bay, bad things probably would have happened. Anyway guys, catch you next time. I forgot to sign off this time. I'm doing well with that. Bye!